Well, good. Thanks very much, Amy. Great to be presenting at Noosa Mining. I'm sorry I can't be there. The weather's shocking in Orange today. I'll be providing an update on Magmatic's exploration activity in the East Lachlan, and I'll touch on what we've been up to in the Central Lachlan in Western New South Wales, where we've compiled a portfolio of projects, to project acquisitions, and alongside a demerged Moorfield project from Magmatic. We feel like we've got a compelling IPO that will come to market as well for the benefit of Magmatic and MAG shareholders. As an overview, we'll be talking about the East Lachlan, where Magmatic's especially well placed. It's a world-class gold copper province, most famous by Australia's largest gold producer at Cadia East. Last financial year, 900,000 ounces produced at $160 all-in cost, and $1 billion of free cash flow. So globally significant mining operation. Other major producers in the area, North Parkes, Cal, Tomingley. But the Magmatic story stems back to an acquisition, counter-cyclical acquisition at a Goldfields back in 2014, where Goldfields now retains a major shareholding in the company. Part of that acquisition included a large land holding around a recent discovery, Alkane's recent giant Boda discovery, north along strike from Cadia. So very well placed around an exciting, globally significant discovery along strike from Australia's largest gold producing mine. As well, as I said, we've been busy looking for other opportunities to add value, and we found one, Magmatic subsidiary, Australian Gold and Copper, looking for projects that were complementary with our Moorfield project in the Central Lachlan. And we feel like we've compiled a very exciting portfolio of near-surface gold targets in that region as well. Value accretive to Magmatic, who retain a major shareholding, and also Magmatic holders who receive an in-specie, 80% in-specie distribution and entitlement through that process. But mainly I'll discuss what the exploration activity, what we've been up to recently, and the near-term news flow. Most of what I'll talk about is in that northern Molong belt along strike from Cadia, around the Boda discovery. Also touch on some opportunities that we've identified in our Mile project, where we feel we've got a very exciting target that we've identified there, where there's significant interval of copper, North Parkes style mineralisation open at depth. So we'll look to fast track that drilling as well. Corporately, very tightly held capital structure with lots of skin in the game. Goldfields retains their shareholding, and we're well funded moving forward. Details on the East Lachlan. As I say, it's most famous for Cadia Valley, which is globally significant. It's the largest gold porphyry complex, alkalic porphyry complex of its type globally, and one of the world's great mines, most profitable. So you can see Magmatic's holding there in orange. I'll talk a lot about this Wellington North area in the northern Molong belt, north from Cadia, and then Mile and Parkes within the Parkes fault zone, just south from Alkane's Tomingley gold operations. You can see there to the west further, the Moorfield project is subject to the demerger process, which is underway, and we'll be spinning that out alongside some acquisitions, which I'll touch on shortly. Zooming in on the Wellington North area, this is an air mag image which shows our holding there in black, and the position of the Boda discovery there at Alkane. So you can see we have a dominant tenure holding, but more importantly, it comes with an advanced target portfolio that's had a lot of target definition and money spent on it. So we're in a position now to rank those targets and drill them fairly systematically. We've been most active in the Lady Ilsa district there, sort of in the centre of our tenure, but increasingly working up some of these outlier prospects. You can see as you track south from Boda, and even as recently as this week, we can see the Boda mineralisation appears to be extending southwards. So this is particularly relevant, this Boda South area. And we feel like we've identified a key zone there on the magnetics. You can see the magnetic trend offsetting into Magmatic's tenure there. And sure enough, we have gold anomalism present there and no drilling. So we're excited to get into that area. Over at Rose Hill, sort of on the western margin of our tenure there, we have a significant historical intercept, and those sorts of grades are what's mined for, down at Katie East. And so significant data and results in which to leverage off and rank these targets. And based around what Alkane has been announcing in terms of what Boda looks like and what are the important criteria to be able to rank our target portfolio with. Zooming in further then on where we've been most active with our drilling activity at the Lady Ilsa district, and we've been drilling the last 6 months, RC drilling with some diamond holes. You can see there some wide zones evident of low gold anomalism, but broad zones of that anomalism, which is fairly typical with the Pathfinder signature of what we're looking for these Boda style ore bodies. And then underneath those, we target for that Boda style mineralisation. So fairly systematic process. We feel like we've got a lot of the key ingredients here and on several other targets within that portfolio for more Boda style porphyry mineralisation. Boda South in a bit more detail here. You can see there's that offset along the Badangra fault as we track south from Boda. And there's a key corridor which we feel is important there as coincident surface anomalism in places. And so we'll be looking in the near future at defining targets and drilling within that corridor. In that district as well, we see significant historic gold production, over 230,000 ounces at around 26 grams per tonne. There's a lot of smoke going on in this area. We like what we're seeing, and we like a particular corridor there in terms of our targeting. Over to the Mole project. So as we've been very focused in that northern Molong belt around the Boda discovery, we've certainly been trying to see near-term discovery opportunities elsewhere in the portfolio. And here at Mile, which is north along strike from North Parks, we feel like we've identified an opportunity there. You can see the regional data sets on the left there. The far left one is gravity, which works very well at a regional scale to pick these major intrusive complexes. And you can see how similar the Mile area looks north of North Parks. Very similar signature. It's characterised by a very low gravity signature by all these felsic rocks in the intrusive complex, punching into the wider and denser Junine-Aramine belt of volcanic rocks. And closer in, we see the same relationships, very compelling patterns we've got at the same scale as well. So you can see Mile versus the Ganumbla of North Parks signature in the gravity at the same scale, with a magnetic signature that we look for over the top, and the porphyry systems in the case of North Parks coming off the top of that gravity signature and along the outsides as well, along the edges. So we see the same patterns at our prospects within this Mile project, which is very exciting to see that come together. But even more exciting is the fact that we've identified a drill opportunity, a drill target here, where we see similar relationships. On the left there, the North Parks E26 porphyry deposit, which is one of several within that North Parks mining complex, pops up along the edge of one of these earlier monzonite stocks, granite stock if you like. We see that same relationship at our Kingswood target at Mile. And even more importantly, we see mineralisation, which is mine grade, those intervals, and we see that it's open at depth. And so we feel like we're recognising the top of a North Parks style system there. and we just need to drill underneath it. And we like the look of this. We've got, you know, you need to fit the deposit in there. We can do that. The E26 is one of the larger porphyry deposits at North Parks. That fits nicely there at Kingswood. So we'll be fast tracking that drill hole for a North Park style copper porphyry discovery in the near term. Touching on the Central Lachlan strategy, Australian Gold and Copper subsidiary of Magmatic. We will be demerging our Moorfield project there, which is our western project in the Central Lachlan. And we were looking for and have acquired, as part of this process, two complementary projects, and which combines together, forming a compelling portfolio of near-surface gold opportunities. So through that process, there'll be an in-specie share distribution to Magmatic holders, and Magmatic will remain as a major shareholder of that entity, with a view to IPO in the near future. So as a wrap-up, quite ahead of time here, if that helps, but wrapping up, MAG as an investment proposition, we're very busy and active in that Wellington North area. We're being fairly systematic, using the exploration criteria as announced by Alkane and based on the Boda discovery to rank our target opportunities there. We'll be increasing that activity outside our focus around Lady Ilsa, and also putting a hole into that Kingswood target at North Parks, on top of what we're doing with the AGC IPO. So busy times for Magmatic. Thanks very much.